We make way for the popular Chris Sims, co-host of Pro Football Talk Live, former NFL quarterback. He's got his quarterback list counting down to number 3, and we've got controversy at number 3, Chris. How dare you? You picked Aaron Rodgers as the third best quarterback in the NFL.
I know. It hurt my heart, as you know. I mean, I am the leader of the bandwagon fans for Aaron Rodgers. I unleashed my 1 and 2 today on Pro Football Talk, just so you know that. Patrick Mahomes 1, Russell Wilson 2, Aaron Rodgers 3. But Mike, Dan, just on that. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused with my host here. but just on that, with Aaron Rodgers, still awesome. We know that. This is the first time that I would say since about midway through 2010, at least in my book, where I go, ooh, he's not the best quarterback in the NFL anymore. Still really special. We know he's got a great arm, good decision maker. But I think with where we're at in his career, and then Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes, yes, I think they've surpassed Aaron Rodgers here in the past year for me, at least.
Well, I thought the controversy is that you had Rodgers up that high. It feels like, hey, slipping here. A lot of people are bailing on Aaron Rodgers here.
Well, for whatever reason, people like to bail on Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what it is. They expect him to just make the Super Bowl every year and carry the team. And, to me, hey, the support system has not been there for Aaron Rodgers. For me, there is no doubt he's a top 5 quarterback in football. I have a hard time, really taking anybody seriously that would think, okay, maybe if you wanted to put him at 6, all right. But if you're trying to tell me he's 10 or 11 or something like that, I would just go, I'm sorry. You need to come watch film with me and you need to reevaluate things. But no, I mean, we're still talking maybe other than Patrick Mahomes, the greatest arm in the sport. Okay. Still unbelievably quick release, understands how to take care of the football. That was a 10-6 football team last year.
Yep.
That they were at 13-3 because of Aaron Rodgers. I don't think I talked to you during the season. I don't think either one of us were blown away by Green Bay, the team, during the regular season. We just knew they were a good team with a really special quarterback, and we thought, ooh, maybe that could be something. So, yeah, don't sleep on Aaron Rodgers.
All right, but give me the criteria of how you were ranking these quarterbacks.
Sure. I went from, I'm like a coach on the hot seat, right? And here's my pecking order for my top 40 quarterbacks, who I trust and think the best is, right on down the list here. So, yeah, it's not easy to do, but that was my criteria. It's about 2020. Has nothing to do about 2010, 2015, career accomplishments. It's a what have you done for me lately league, and I'm evaluating what I think the quarterbacks are going to be for this 2020 season.
All right, I got the Danettes who are yelling at each other. What's the problem here? You guys
We all have issues with Chris's list in different areas.
Okay.
Pick a guy.
McLovin, go first.
So when Drew Brees throws 40 touchdowns and 5 picks next year, he's still the 16th best quarterback in the NFL, if you're doing 2020?
Well, okay. Hey, all right, McLovin, okay, first off, don't get into me with all the stats crap all the time. Whoever plays quarterback for the Saints is going to have great stats. They went 5-0 with Teddy Bridgewater last year, okay? All right. So, and then the other thing I would tell to you too is, again, Drew Brees, really good. Great. Yeah. Okay. Let's go through it. Oh, okay. One of the best receivers in football, one of the better tight ends in football, maybe the best offensive mind in the sport. Oh, definitely one of the 5 best offensive lines in the sport. And McLovin, if he was still a top 5 or top 10 quarterback, they wouldn't be pushing him out the door after this year. They'd be going, let's get a deal done and stay here longer. So not that they're pushing him out the door, but the writing's on the wall. You know what I'm trying to say. They're going to the Taysom Hill era. So Drew Brees still really awesome, certainly capable of winning a Super Bowl. But no, I don't think he's the type of talent like we've seen in the playoffs the last few years that when the offense isn't executing, he can't make a lot happen by himself. And that is big to me in evaluating quarterbacks.
Yes, McLovin.
Yeah, he could never throw for 71 yards in a game like Ryan Tannehill in the playoffs. He'd never be able to accomplish that feat.
What he couldn't accomplish the 2 touchdown passes he threw in the game to put them up 14-3. So how about that?
You don't think Drew Brees could have done that with like 9
No, I don't think Drew
box?
Brees. He can't throw the ball last 40 yards, guys. So the first touchdown pass he can't even attempt to throw. The second throw was a power throw in the back left corner with people around him. So, yes, Drew Brees is really good, but all I'm just saying, McLovin, you're taking the Saints offense and Sean Payton. I'm just talking about quarterback.
Yeah, we'll see how great those wide receivers in line are when Taysom Hill's the quarterback. That great offensive line,
we will.
receiver.
We're going to see.
Okay, all right. Who's next up, Paulie?
All right, Chris. Russell Wilson, number 2. No. All right, let's go to who gives you a better chance to win next year? Number 9 on your list, Matt Stafford, or number 15 on your list, Tom Brady?
Well, I mean, okay. So, all right. So this is where it gets dicey. Listen, I understand. We're used to Tom Brady. He's awesome. I mean, yeah. I'm not going to argue with you if you think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. You put Tom Brady in Detroit, okay? It ain't going to look like Tom Brady. I'm just telling you. He can't do some of the things that Matthew Stafford can do. You put Matthew Stafford in New England last year, they're a better football team. I'm sorry. Tom Brady's still really good, obviously, can win the Super Bowl, no doubt about it. But they didn't win one game because of Tom Brady last year. Not one. They played through their defense, and then he just didn't screw games up. So, yes, I think right now there's no doubt in my mind that Matthew Stafford is a better player, can do more with less, and can do more with more. I don't like you guys, too. I'm not coming on with you guys anymore.
Okay. Who's next here? See, what do you have?
That's so funny. I thought that at 4 and 5 was interesting with Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson. What pushed Watson over the edge a little higher than Lamar Jackson?
I think the big thing is the polished passer department. That to me is still where Lamar Jackson has certainly room to grow. We saw him get a lot better from year 1 to year 2, but I think, in a broad statement, Lamar Jackson needs a certain type of offense of system around him right now. Deshaun Watson, I think, can play in any system and is a more polished passer than a Lamar Jackson at this point in his career, to where we've seen, again, the last 2 years in the playoffs, when the Ravens couldn't physically dominate a team up front and on the line of scrimmage, they had to rely on the pass game, and Lamar's not there yet to be like, oh, okay, hey guys, the run game's not working. Jump on my back. I'll throw it 40 times and we'll win the game. I don't think he's at that level yet, as special as he is, but he's certainly gotten better, and he could be a guy that could be number 1, 2, 3, or 4 next year.
Yes, Todd.
I wouldn't kill you over it, but why 6 and 7? Why Wentz over Matt Ryan and not Ryan ahead of Wentz? And how does someone that doesn't even have a team yet make the top 10 in Cam Newton?
Well, yeah, that was probably first off, with Cam Newton, was one of the hardest ones. Now, listen, he kind of got screwed over by his old team as far as when they let him go and all the chairs were filled for starting quarterback. So that's where he's been screwed over. And Cam Newton's the kind of guy that nobody's going to bring in as a backup quarterback, because he's going to make your starter look not very good unless you're named like Watson, Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, or those guys. I mean, if you bring him into certain teams, the player's going to go in the locker room after the day's over and practice sometimes and be like, did you see our backup? Did you see Cam Newton? He was throwing lasers everywhere. And it's going to cause a division within the team. So he's stuck in a tough spot, not because of where he's at, but because of the way Carolina handled the situation. Now to 6 and 7, hey, I'm a big Matt Ryan fan. I don't think he gets enough credit. As you can tell, though, I'm a big Carson Wentz fan. Really, Carson Wentz, one of the only things I look at as a weakness to him is maybe protecting his body a little bit. And, of course, hey, yeah, it sounds like he could be a better leader and teammate in the locker room. But, man, Fritzy, who was his running back at the end of the year last year? Who was his top receiver? Come on, Fritzy. Who are they? Who are they, Fritzy?
All right.
He only knows the Bronco roster. That's
it.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying, most people can't even name the people that were on the offense with Carson Wentz last year, and yet they went to the playoffs because he was maybe arguably one of the greatest one-man shows in football last year. So that's why I give him the advantage there.
Yes, Todd.
Was Wilbert Montgomery and Harold Carmichael?
That's the guy.
Wasn't there like a Keith Krepfle tight end?
He's Chris Sims, co-host of Pro Football Talk. Where would Colin Kaepernick be on this list?
Oh, that's a good question. Now, I'll say this. When he was getting blackballed by the NFL and all that, he certainly was right around the top half of football as a starting quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. right? Like the talent of Colin Kaepernick is superstar, top 5, top 10 talent. Right now, I couldn't find it in my heart to put him in the top 40, just from the standpoint of he hasn't played football in 3 years. And as you guys know, and as bad at athletes as all the Danettes are, not Dan, you're a great athlete.
Absolutely.
But as you know, when you take a long time off from any sport, it's not easy to come back and be good at it. Even if you're playing pickup basketball, let alone quarterback, where you can't practice it, you can't emulate any of the things that go on. So
would you put him over Case Keenum? If I said you're on the hot seat, you're on the hot seat.
Not the second.
Okay.
Nope, not the second.
Mitchell Trubisky?
No.
Okay.
Do I think he has a higher end and like a higher ceiling? Certainly, but I can't say that I can feel that with confidence with a guy that hasn't had offense, defense alignment, and had to make decisions and play the game in so long. So, like, he should be on a team, Dan. I'll say that for sure. And with the new practice rules, practice team rules, and all those things, I think a team is stupid to not bring him on there and just go, hey, let's let him have a year here, develop, see what he's got. He's got big-time talent. Maybe he's our awesome backup next year. That's what you should do with Colin Kaepernick.
The Hall of Fame game canceled. We keep saying, we have been saying, the NFL has time. They can look at all these other leagues. The NFL doesn't have time, Chris.
No.
What kind of preseason adjustments do you think we're looking at here?
I mean, I don't know what to expect, because, we're in a tough spot. You look at where we are as a country right now and where COVID-19 is going, and, it's scary in some states still. So, I was more optimistic about us playing games and having a full season, I feel like a month ago, than I feel right now. I don't know how you feel about it, but, I don't know what to say.
Do you think it starts on time?
Right now, in my heart of hearts, no, because I think that we're going to get into like the second week of training camp, and you're going to have a few teams that have like multiple players on their team, just like we're seeing in college, that COVID-19 is starting to spread through the team. And then what are they going to do? So that's, to me, where it's concerning. I don't see how you can possibly say or think you don't think there'll be an outbreak of some sort on these teams throughout August. So right now I don't feel good about that.
If you're the commissioner, do you punish the Buccaneers and Seahawks because they've been holding workouts?
No, I don't. First off, I don't think many NFL players really care about COVID-19. I think they respect it, and they don't want any of their family members or people to get sick like that. But I can just tell you, if you take me back into 28-year-old Chris Sims when I was playing football, I'd be like, screw COVID-19. I'm okay. I want to play football this year. And I think most players are like that, let alone listen, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, they care about people. I know that. These are good people. But they're also going, hey, as far as I know right now, I'm going to be expected to perform and be the man here in a few weeks. So I need to practice and I need to get better. And they're kind of, weighing that out. And
I get why Brady's doing it, because Brady, I don't know how much pressure that the outside is putting on him, but he's putting it on himself. He's got to come in and hit the ground running with this team.
Right.
It's not like he's still in New England. He's got a whole new team, offense, head coach, offensive coordinator, all of that. I get why he's doing it. I just didn't know if the NFL is going to look at this and say, I can't have you guys, getting together like this.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's nice of them to say, but, again, it's where we are in this country right now. How can you tell certain people that when the rules in some states don't apply the same or whatever it may be? If I'm a quarterback who's sitting there trying to listen to the NFL and the NFLPA and listen to the rules of my state, and then I see a guy like Tom Brady or Russell Wilson throwing footballs and getting better, I'm sitting at home going, okay, screw it. I need to get out there and start getting better. Hey, wide receivers, running backs, let's go. We got to practice. And, most quarterbacks are such type A OCD personalities. They're stressing about training camp right now. I need to throw more. I need to get better at this. I need to do that. And it's hard to just sit home and think oh, I'm going to have a pass in my backyard and I'm going to get better.
It's good to talk to you, Chris. Are you happy you did your quarterback rankings?
I love doing it. I'm happy it's over. Okay. I'm sick of defending myself.
At one point,
and I
you
didn't know
said
I was going to go through the jury of executioners here.
I don't like you guys. Wow. What a tough guy. I don't like you guys. Thank you, Chris. Good to talk to you.
Good talking to you too. Be good. See you guys. Peace out.
Chris Sims, co-host of Pro Football Talk.
I don't like any of you guys.
He's soft. He's soft.
That's funny, man.